Hey everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we're diving into a dessert that's taken the internet by storm, and for a very good reason. It's called the Do Nothing Cake, and trust me, the name says it all. This cake is the absolute champion of easy baking. It is a one-bowl wonder that requires practically zero effort but delivers a taste that is pure comfort and deliciousness. If you've ever felt intimidated by baking, or if you just need a super quick dessert that will wow your family and friends, this is the recipe for you. It's perfect for last-minute gatherings, potlucks, or just a Tuesday night when you need a sweet treat without the fuss. This recipe has roots in classic Southern hospitality, where a warm, welcoming dessert is always on the menu. The beauty of it lies in its simplicity and reliance on pantry staples. No fancy techniques, no complicated steps, just pure, unadulterated cakey goodness. So, are you ready to do almost nothing and get an amazing cake? Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about why this cake is so incredible. The star of the show is canned crushed pineapple. And the best part? You use the entire can, juice and all. That pineapple and its juice are what make this cake unbelievably moist and give it a tropical, tangy sweetness that is just irresistible. It's not a heavy cake. It's surprisingly light and fluffy. The pineapple creates these little pockets of moisture and flavor that explode in your mouth with every bite. It is the kind of cake that doesn't need a thick layer of frosting to be amazing. Its natural flavor is more than enough to shine. Plus, since we're using canned pineapple, you can make this cake any time of year. It's a little slice of summer, even in the middle of winter. So, let's gather our very short list of ingredients. You'll be shocked at how few things we need. For our do-nothing cake, you'll need 2 cups of self-rising flour. Now, if you don't have self-rising flour, don't panic. It's super easy to make your own. For every 1 cup of all-purpose flour, just add 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk it all together, and you're good to go. So for this recipe, that would be 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Easy peasy. Next, we need 1½ cups of granulated sugar. Then, the hero ingredient, 1 large can of crushed pineapple. We're talking about a 20-ounce can here, and remember, we need all that glorious juice, so don't you dare drain it. We also need 3 large eggs, 1/2 cup of melted butter. I just pop mine in the microwave for a few seconds, and finally, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract for that lovely warm, aromatic flavor. That's it. Can you believe it? Flour, sugar, pineapple, eggs, butter, and vanilla. That's all that stands between you and a ridiculously delicious cake. Alright, let's get our station ready. The first step, as with most baking, is to preheat your oven. We're going to set it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 175 degrees Celsius. While the oven is heating up, let's prepare our baking pan. You'll want a 9 by 13 inch pan for this. I find it's the perfect size to get a nice, even thickness. You need to grease it well to make sure our beautiful cake doesn't stick. You can use butter, a non-stick cooking spray, or even a little bit of vegetable oil on a paper towel. Just make sure you get into all the corners. If you want extra insurance against sticking, you can lightly flour the pan after greasing it, just tap out any excess. This simple step is a game changer and ensures your cake slices will come out clean and perfect every single time. It takes just a moment, but it saves a lot of potential frustration later. Now for the part that gives this cake its name. Are you ready for the world's easiest instructions? Grab a large mixing bowl, and I mean a large one, so you have plenty of room and don't make a mess. Now, we are going to put every single one of our ingredients into this one bowl. Yes, you heard me right. In goes the self-rising flour, the sugar, the entire can of crushed pineapple with all its juice, the 3 eggs, the melted butter, and the vanilla extract. Everything, all at once. There's no creaming the butter and sugar, no adding eggs one at a time, no alternating wet and dry ingredients. It almost feels like you're breaking the rules of baking, but I promise, this works like magic. This is why it's a do-nothing cake. You just dump it all in. It's the perfect recipe to make with kids because it's so straightforward and fun. Once all your ingredients are in the bowl, just grab a whisk or a spatula and start mixing. You want to mix everything together until it's just combined. Be careful not to overmix it. With cakes, overmixing can develop the gluten in the flour too much, which can lead to a tough or dense texture. We're aiming for a light, tender crumb. So, you just want to stir until you no longer see any dry streaks of flour and everything looks like a cohesive, lumpy batter. The batter will not be smooth, and that's totally okay. It's supposed to look like that because of the crushed pineapple. It should only take about a minute of gentle mixing. Seriously, that's it. The hard part, and I use that term very loosely, is over. Your cake batter is officially done. See, I told you it was easy. Now, take your beautifully mixed batter and pour it into your prepared 9 by 13 inch pan. Use your spatula to gently spread it out into an even layer, making sure it reaches all the corners. This will help the cake bake evenly. The batter will look quite thin and liquidy because of all that pineapple juice, but don't worry, that's exactly what we want. That liquid is what will turn into steam in the oven and make our cake incredibly moist and tender. It's the secret to its amazing texture. Once it's spread evenly in the pan, give it a little tap on the counter to release any large air bubbles. Now, it's ready for the oven. We're going to bake this in our preheated 350-degree oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. Baking times can vary a little depending on your oven, so it's a good idea to start checking it around the 35-minute mark. You will know it is done when the top is a beautiful golden brown and a toothpick or a cake tester inserted into the center comes out clean, with maybe a few moist crumbs attached, but no wet batter. Your whole house is going to start smelling absolutely amazing, like a warm, tropical paradise. It's one of the best parts of baking this cake. The aroma is just heavenly. It's sweet, buttery, and full of that bright pineapple scent. It's the smell of pure comfort. Once the cake is done, carefully take it out of the oven and place it on a wire rack to cool. Now comes the hardest part of this entire recipe, waiting. You need to let the cake cool down. You can serve it slightly warm, which is absolutely delicious, or you can let it cool completely. The choice is yours. As it cools, the flavors will continue to meld together and the structure of the cake will set up perfectly. This cake is so moist and flavorful that it's absolutely fantastic on its own. You could just cut a square and eat it plain, and you would be perfectly happy. But, if you want to take it to the next level, it pairs wonderfully with a dollop of whipped cream or a scoop of vanilla ice cream. The cool, creamy topping against the warm, sweet cake is a match made in heaven. The ice cream will melt slightly into the porous cake, creating an even more decadent experience. Another classic topping for this type of cake is a pecan and coconut frosting, but today we're keeping it simple, true to its name. Let's talk serving. The beauty of a 9 by 13 cake is that it's made for sharing. It's a sheet cake, so you can just cut it into squares right in the pan. No need for fancy plating or decorating. It's rustic, it's humble, and it's incredibly inviting. This cake is always a crowd pleaser. I've taken it to so many parties and potlucks, and it's always one of the first desserts to disappear. People can't believe it when I tell them how easy it is to make. They think I spent hours in the kitchen. It'll be our little secret. It's also a fantastic make-ahead dessert. It stays moist for days, so you can bake it a day or two in advance. Just cover it tightly and store it at room temperature. In fact, some people say it tastes even better the next day as the flavors have more time to settle. So there you have it, the viral do-nothing cake. A dessert that truly lives up to its name. It is proof that you don't need to be a professional pastry chef or have a kitchen full of fancy equipment to make something utterly delicious. All you need is one bowl, a handful of simple ingredients, and about 5 minutes of active work. It's the epitome of simple, satisfying home baking. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It's a true gem that deserves a spot in everyone's recipe collection. Let me know in the comments if you make it and what you think. Do you have any other do-nothing recipes that you swear by? I'd love to hear about them. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more easy and delicious recipes. Happy baking!